this is WWE and ECW alumni, the Blue Meanie, and you're listening to PCW.
The question is, are you ready? Let me talk to you. I will give you a show like you have never, ever seen before. Why? Because I can. What do you guys want to talk about? And the color red in a world full of black and white. I am the eater of worlds. Yeah, if you're some acknowledge me. The champ is here. But to be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo, right here. Hey, yo. The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another episode of PCW Podcast Championship Wrestling. I am your host, Wayne, also known as Semi-Dry Chicken, and oh man, we got an awesome episode because this is January. This is my favorite time of the year. This is the road to WrestleMania, and we're going to kick it off with the Royal Rumble. Oh my god, I love the Rumble. It's one of my top 3-4 pay-per-views of the year. We got some predictions. We got some news. We got a couple of things to cover here. Not a huge card, but that's not how the Rumble card is nowadays. It's actually pretty short. With that said, I think I'm going to bring out. Oh, it's already starting. Okay. Doyle, you drew number one.
Whoa, it's me, it's the Doyle. And I was thinking about this. Has there ever been not one but two Rumbles this wide open before? I can't think of a time.
Oh, dude, it's going to be a pretty good one. I just rewatched last year's Rumble, and just how far we've come in over a year with storylines and just wrestlers who just aren't with the company no more, and it's bananas. So I'm pretty psyched for this Rumble. With that, all right. Shit, where's number 2 at? Here he comes.
It's on me now, Oos. Hey, I'm gonna get them all. Oos. Yeah.
Doyle, stand on top of the announcer's table with me. Let's eat.
I'm gonna get him.
Dre, welcome back.
Yo, what it do, PCW crew? Main event Dre Uso is now back on your podcast.
Love it. Love it. I just want to step up on the desk here and, just yeet all over the place every time I hear that theme music. It's awesome. It made me think, like last year's Rumble, that's how they opened it. They opened with Jay and Jimmy. Like that's the kind of entrance, you open with, that kind of energy to start the Rumble. But I mean, those two guys, that was a hell of a number 1 and 2 pick, huh?
Yeah, and you can argue they probably had a better match in those 2 minutes than they did at WrestleMania.
I know that's right.
Yep. Because like I'm thinking like this year, like who would we want to be like number 1, number 2 entrants? Like somebody who can. I mean, do we do Jey Uso again, or who else do we do that has a long, lengthy entrance? Do we do Roman Reigns right from the go? Yeah, Punk and Drew. Oh my God, 1 and 2, just to the bitter end. I'd like that. And number 3 would be Seth. Ooh.
Seth.
Oh, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And those 3 just to the last 4 even. Like, make it to the bitter end. Just going through hell the whole Rumble. God, I would love that. Damn.
Yeah, they got options. There's some possibilities. I mean, they could go Sammy KO 1 and 2, and then Seth number 3.
Yeah.
See if try to tease that little angle that they're going with Sammy. Yeah, you brought up a good point, Doyle. I can't remember the last time that it's been this wide open. With the Rumble.
You can make a case in the men's match. You can make a case for 10 people, like a full third of the entrance.
Yeah,
like
there's legit storylines that could be run for a bunch.
Yeah, and I can't remember ever like that man. Sometimes it's usually, if you're lucky, maybe 3 possibilities. Like, I think there's like 10 guys you could make a serious claim or make a serious case could win it. And on the women's side, it's 5 or 6.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, you know what? Let's get into this. Actually, you know what I want to do is I think it might be better off if I get into the news segment now before we break into, because damn, we got a lot to talk about, a lot to cover here, guys. All right, let's get right into the news here. Hold on.
News team, assemble!
I've got news for you.
Well, I got news for you.
Newsflash, asshole!
All right, news, guys. If you guys been hearing about this Logan Paul, Jake Paul fight that they might have a few days before WrestleMania, is this a rumor? Is this real? What's the story? Have you guys heard anything about this? Do we want to see it? Do we even care?
I have heard about it. I don't know if it's real, and I don't give a shit.
All right. Trey,
I have not heard about it, and I don't give a shit.
All right. I've heard about it.
Until
I
I hear Logan Paul and or Jake Paul versus a legitimate boxer, I don't give a shit about who they fight.
Yeah.
I mean, a legit, active,
Not
ranked,
50-something.
right.
But let me ask
legitimate,
you guys,
active, ranked boxer in their prime or approaching their prime. Not somebody past their prime, not some celebrity, not some dude who just got out the amateurs last weekend. You're his first fight.
Right.
Fight a real boxer. Until then, fuck your whole boxing career.
Okay. Now, Doyle, Dre, let me ask you guys something. Do you guys have brothers at all? Either of you?
I do not.
Yep.
Do not. Dre. Oh, okay. Dre, this is a question for you then. I'm going to pay you $3 million and your brother $3 million to beat the shit out of each other on TV. Cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, I understand it. I mean, but, like, it's crazy to think that that's going to draw money. Like, just two brothers are going to beat the shit out of each other. But, like,
don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking their hustle.
Right.
I'm not knocking their hustle for making money. They know how to make money. They know how to market themselves. They've clearly shown they can do that.
I know. I just feel like it's going to be, like, staged.
Don't do that and
awful.
expect me to take you seriously as a boxer at the same time.
Yeah.
When you're doing this stuff. Yeah. No. You are an entertainer. It is it's a spectacle. It's entertainment. I don't treat it as a legitimate fight. I don't treat it as legitimate boxing.
Yeah. How much money would it
That's
take you to beat the crap out of your brother? $20.
Just an entertainment showcase. That's it.
Yeah. Moving on. Did you guys catch the match on Raw on Monday with the Judgment Day and the Viking Raiders? Did you guys see the bumps that JD McDonough took, including a moonsault outside the ring, back of that man's head, hit the announce table. I thought he was dead. He got back up. He made the tag. The crowd went nuts for him because he was alive. And the fact that they were joking about the size of his head, the commentators were joking about the size of his head, is what saved him. I was dying.
Well, that wasn't even his injury, though.
I know. That's what's fucking funny. It's like, that wasn't even his real injury. He had, like, a punctured lung and a couple broken ribs or something.
3 broken ribs. Yep, 3 broken ribs and a punctured lung.
But
yeah, he fucking rung bell, though, too, it looked like.
Yeah, and that sucks because, like, this is, like, the worst time to get injured as a wrestler because it's Rumble season. It's the road to WrestleMania. So he's off the card now. And not just that, from the women's, Dakota Kai is now back on the injured roster. I feel like she's spent most of her time on the injured roster.
It's fragile.
It sucks. Yeah. It really
I mean,
sucks.
granted, it does. I mean, her saving grace is the fact that, I guess, quote unquote, is that it's just a concussion, which nothing to sneeze at, but concussions can be recovered from in a few weeks.
Right.
As opposed to what JD has, which is going to put him on the shelf for months.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. And also apparently Apollo Crews.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that too. Damn. Everybody's getting on the injured roster. Alexa Bliss was supposed to be on Raw last, the other Monday? This Monday? This coming Monday? And, no, it was last Monday. And apparently she tried to renegotiate her contract. It didn't go so well. I guess now that, she had the older contract before the Netflix deal, before all this big money came in, we're talking before Vince was even out of, Alexa Bliss has been gone for a while, a minute, and a lot of people think that maybe she's kind of taken advantage of the system, being gone for so long, and then coming back and trying to renegotiate a contract, and I guess it didn't go so well. I don't know how much time she has left, and she's going to stick around. So, that sucks, because I'm a fan of Alexa Bliss.
I'd get every dollar I could if I was them. They're literally risking their lives out there. Oh, yeah. So I can't. I mean, eventually somebody will blink. It'll get settled.
Great example is Maria Kanellis, when her and I forget what her husband's name is. Mike? I want to say Mike Kanellis? Right? Maybe? Anyway, they came to WWE. She got pregnant. They were taken off TV. And then they came back. She got pregnant again. And then they kept her on TV for a little bit. Kind of like, we need you to work. Remember, she's 24/7 champion while she was pregnant? That was a hot minute thing. And then, they were off TV again. Then they got released. Like, but, yeah, I mean, it's quite some time. I don't exactly know how long she's been gone.
It's been over a year that she's been gone.
Yeah, Cause
well
I'm
over a year, because she
went
out. Yeah, last thing she was doing, she was feuding with. Last match she had, I think, was with Bianca Belair at the Royal Rumble last year, when they were teasing the whole.
January 2023 is when she left.
Yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't last year.
Bliss lost to Belair, and Belair retained the WWE Raw Women's Championship at the 2023 Royal Rumble.
Oh yeah. That's been more than a year plus.
Whew. Damn. Yeah. I mean, it sucks, but we hope they come around.
Yeah, approaching 2 years out for him. I mean, like Doyle said, I mean, I don't fault her for trying to get her money, but at the same time, you are under contract. WWE really has no reason to pay you more than what they're currently paying you.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think if she comes back and does a good job, performs like she's capable of performing, you got to think her next contract will be lucrative.
Sure.
And I'm sure she's making decent money anyway. I mean, I don't want to speculate what she makes, but I'm sure it's nothing to sneeze at as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
she's not exactly married to a bum.
Right? I mean, it's not like...
Right. Ryan Cabrera?
Something like that.
It's not like
he's a musician, but so she's not exactly married to a bum. So
not like my
yeah, and I think she's been doing things outside of wrestling in the meantime. So yeah, they're not hurting for funds, and she's not struggling for things to do. But yeah, she'd probably be a good idea to maybe come back and prove yourself a little bit more before trying to renegotiate the deal if you've been out for approaching 2 years.
Imagine
that could be worked out as soon as Saturday, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if you guys though were out of your job for 2 years, right? And then you just came back and you're like, the day you came back, you're like, what more fucking money? They're like, what? You're like, yeah, I want more fucking money, more vacation time too. Which I will take immediately after we negotiate this contract. I'm going to immediately take that vacation time. I need some time. I don't know. That's just crazy when you think of it like that. Last episode.
Your job will probably do exactly what WWE did to her. Why don't you go home, take it back to the crib, and think about that for a little bit?
Yeah. You come back when you're fucking sane. We talked about last episode, Jordan Grace being possibly in the Rumble. Well, might be even higher chance because now she is signed with WWE. She was a pretty quick transition over to WWE, especially right before the Rumble. Last year she came in as a TNA wrestler, and this year she might come in as a WWE wrestler. So that's awesome. All three of us kind of were hoping, expecting, and probably now we'll get it.
Yeah, it's been like the worst kept secret in WWE for the last couple weeks.
Yep.
The writing's been on the wall for a while on that one, I think.
You're able to hide things so well, like who's the anonymous Raw GM, like who's the illegitimate son of Vince McMahon,
Well, that they were making it up as they went along.
I know, right? Guys, it's been 8 years to this day since John Cena has become a 16-time world champ, since he has won his last championship. 8 years ago. That's bananas to me. Because there was a time where John Cena was just unstoppable. This man was just getting title shots and title runs after title runs. Super Cena, that's right. Super Cena. And it seemed like there was no end in sight, and then just stopped. It was 8 years ago. And just less matches, down to 1 match a year. Cena was putting over guys. He put Solo over at a WrestleMania, which that kind of shocked me. Guys like
he
Solo
hasn't won a singles match in what?
In a long time. In a very long time. He is on a losing streak.
Yeah, it's like 2,000 days or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Googling it right now because it's all right. John Cena's last singles win.
He was going to change that.
Oh, guys, listen to this. John Cena's last singles win in WWE was at the Royal Rumble in 2018 against Triple H. That was 2,449 days ago. 6 years, 8 months, 13 days.
So he's got a losing streak longer than Roman's championship reign.
Damn, who else had a losing streak? Heath Slater had a losing streak for a long time.
Well, he had kids.
He did. I don't give a fuck about your kids. Or is that what Brock said? I don't give a shit about your kids or something like that. Like, that's crazy though. Cena needs, like, I thought for sure with the momentum he had, he would have broken that record. But like, it makes me wonder if like there was a point in his career where he was like, okay, well, like, I want to stop at 16. Like, I don't care how we get there, but like, this is where I want to stop. And I wonder if that's what happened. Because then, like I said, we just went like, Jesus, like, just.
I kind of feel like
stopped in his tracks.
At a certain point they're gonna want to have someone that's more recent and B less, shall we say, problematic than Ric Flair as their all-time winningest champion or whatever. So it wouldn't surprise me if in this next year we see a belt around Mr. Cena's waist, even if it's just for a cup of coffee.
Hey man, Ric Flair's had a cup of coffee fucking title runs. I mean, not all 16 of those were like long, lengthy title runs, you know? So
You mean the other Flair?
Yeah.
Fair to Flair. It's not fair to Flair.
Yeah. So
yeah, they're gonna have a the record books are full of the word Flair, aren't they?
Yeah. Guys, speaking of Triple H, broke today, WWE's Chief Content Officer and 14-time World Champion Triple H will headline the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2025. During a town hall for WWE employees today, Stephanie, The Undertaker, and Shawn Michaels surprised him with the announcement, according to PW Insider. The induction will make Triple H a 2-time WWE Hall of Famer, as he was first introduced in 2019 as part of D-Generation X. Nice.
Two things. A, you got to figure Evolutions will go in eventually, right?
Fuck yeah. Right,
and B, I
do
guess,
it before
speaking of
Flair
Evolution,
does.
I guess this means that Batista doesn't go in, right? Because I can't see them having both of them in the same year.
Right.
And Batista was supposed to go in 2020, and then that was canceled, and he still hasn't gone in.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I still
Every
can't
year
believe,
we always say, Batista, this is the year, and then he doesn't do it.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing this is yet another Batista this year in the Hall of Fame.
It is what it is. Drax the Destroyer is just going to have to wait till next year.
Yep. Yeah, I guess the only question is who are all the supplemental people that go in? Like,
Yeah,
who's
I know, right?
Who's the token black inductee this year? Who's the token woman?
This token celebrity? What low B-list celebrity?
Snooki.
Don't you fucking dare.
Johnny
Don't you
Knoxville.
dare. Don't you put that on us, Doyle. Johnny Knoxville. But he is. He's all great now. I could see them putting his ass in the Hall of Fame. He only did like a jackass stunt a few years ago. Yeah, who's still alive?
I don't know who the if I'm gonna make predictions now on who they will be. Token black inductee. Damn, I was gonna say Coco Beware, but I think he's already in, isn't he? Yeah. Okay. I'm still blanking on the token black. The token woman, I think it might be Victoria.
Yep.
And celebrity, yeah, shoot, I'll stick with Johnny Knoxville. I'll throw that out there.
Johnny Knoxville.
I don't know who the damn.
Haku, Umaga. These are ones I'm seeing potential. The Hardy Boys. Michelle McCool. There's some people I could definitely see put in. Yeah, Johnny Knoxville is on here. Son of a bitch, dude. This is Sportster.com.
Hall of Fame?
But
He's got to be.
what do you guys feel about Bray Wyatt? Or do you feel like it's... I mean, the man's passed away. When do you say, like, it's time? Everybody's still like, it's too soon. It's too soon.
Family says it's okay.
Well, yeah, I guess when the family's okay with it.
I don't know. Whenever they have an open year that they're not giving it to somebody else to headline.
Well, and also remember, they'll only put so many dead people a year in there also because they hate to remind us that a lot of these guys don't live to see 45.
Right.
Yeah, you want to have some
And
people
also,
standing on the stage.
his wit, yeah, and also if his widow is now potentially working with AEW, that could push it out a while as well, unless they come to some sort of agreement that enables her to attend, because presumably she would be the one to accept on his behalf.
Right.
I would assume, unless they.
I think something like that they could work something out for that. I would hope.
I'm sure they could, but I could also see WWE being petty and be like,
"Yeah, that's true."
We'll find out.
Ugh.
I'm kind of interested for the Hall of Fame this year. I mean, I'm a Triple H mark through and through, so I'm pretty excited about this.
Real quick, I just wonder if when they're going to do it. Are they still going to stick with the whole Friday after SmackDown format? Because I think I saw some report or some story that is they weren't too happy with the ratings from last year, or something from last year's that they weren't too happy about, and it kind of stemmed from it was the attendance last year.
A lot of people left or something.
A lot of people, yeah, because remember they started last year. Paul Heyman was the first one.
Yes.
So they had SmackDown,
yes, I did hear about
and then
that.
the Hall of Fame induction, and Paul Heyman was the first one inducted. And right after he was inducted, a lot of people left.
Well, when else would they do it though?
I don't know. I would think
Saturday afternoon you get the NXT pay-per-view. Saturday night you got WrestleMania Night 1. I mean, are we gonna do it Sunday afternoon?
Do it on a Thursday or something. Maybe it doesn't. I understand why they do it Friday, because obviously they want the lead in from the SmackDown crowd. But you're also asking people to stay up at like 10 o'clock to this after they've already. Well, really, it'd be 11 because SmackDown's 3 hours now. Or will they have an abbreviated episode this year?
You gotta hear all those long ass speeches and then finally get to the one you want. Yeah, dude, I agree. Like,
right. You're asking people to stay up really late for this, so do you hold Triple H to the end and have people try to make people hang out till freaking past midnight for this shit? Or do you do it at the beginning and then risk people walking out after they've seen the main headliner?
Throw it dead center of WrestleMania.
They might want to reconsider. Yeah, they should probably reconsider how they do this and maybe move it off of Friday after SmackDown and maybe consider making it its own thing on its own day. And Thursday wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Thursday, your Hall of Fame. Friday, your go home SmackDown. Saturday, Sunday, WrestleMania.
Yeah, you
let it be its own thing on Thursday at like 8 o'clock. You got this deal with Netflix now, or work out something with USA.
Right. Yeah, very true. Very true. All right, let's dig into this card. That's all I got for news, unless you guys have heard anything else that, I don't know, is Hogan in the news again? I heard the reason why he wasn't at Saturday Night Main Event is because his son was getting married, brother.
Yeah, like he didn't realize that his son. Oops, I forgot my son was getting married the same night as Saturday Night's Main Event. That story makes no sense.
I had to pull out the sleeveless vest. This guy. I wonder how. Do you think Hulk wore a bandana to the wedding? A black bandana?
Oh, I'm sure he did.
He doesn't leave the house without a bandana anymore.
That's true. I wonder how many bandanas that man has.
His hairline's literally on the back of his neck now.
Yeah.
All right. Yo. Now, we'll talk about when we get to the Rumble. I'm thinking, what do you... No, I'm going to fucking say it now. What are the chances of, like, Hogan showing up at the Rumble and then Punk throws him out? I think we talked about this last episode, right?
Yeah.
We did.
Literally zero. That man cannot physically go over a top rope anymore.
I know. No. I think about it, though. The pop. I think about the pop. But, yeah, you're right. He would die. He would die instantly. All right. Rumble's going to be held February 1st, Indianapolis, Indiana, Lucas Oil Stadium. This is right after Saturday Night Main
Dude, this is
Event.
going to be huge, by the way.
And-
They've sold almost 63,000 tickets.
What?
I think there's only 1,000 or so available on Ticketmaster anyway, according to WrestleTix rather. The biggest big Rumble ever, attendance-wise. Also, the first one in February. Very interesting little tidbit. Always been in January.
Yeah. Mm. That's huge. I mean, considering
It's
like,
going to have a different feel because it's going to be huge. There's never been a stadium show for a Rumble before, so this is going to be big.
Yeah, and for such a big Rumble, they're going to kick off the show. Probably, maybe, who knows? We got the 2 out of 3 falls match for the WWE Tag Team Championship. All right, guys, we got DIY, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa versus the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. You know what? Honestly, this could be the match, besides Rumble aside, this could be the match of the night. I mean, if these guys could put on a hell of a fucking match. 2 out of 3s. I don't know how I feel about having a 2 out of 3 falls. I figured maybe we could have fit another match on this card. I mean, we only got 4 matches.
They only had 4
5.
last year.
Yeah, you're right.
That was true.
4 last year. Yeah, this is the format now, and I mean, we're going for quality here, right? I mean, we're not going for quantity.
And I mean, it works for this show when you got 2 Rumble matches that can easily go an hour each themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and in this match, you're going to figure it's going to be at least 20 minutes, if not 30. And the latter match should be at least half an hour, if not 40.
Right.
There's your 3-hour show right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like thinking I don't know, we'll go back like 20 years, like 2005. I'm looking just randomly, it's like 6 matches on the card, 6, 7. Like, yeah, just matches, just so much more. I'm just glad we're getting down to quality here.
Yeah, there was always a WWE. There was always a championship. There was always a world champion match. Almost always an IC title match. Now,
Gunther.
Yeah, we just have this.
Doesn't have a match on here. United States Champion doesn't have a match. Intercontinental Champion doesn't have a match. That's because we're expecting all these people in the Rumble. Well, except for Gunther. Gunther really has a night off, huh? I mean,
basically,
I feel like Gunther's had a lot of nights off lately.
Yeah, but he's a vastly, I don't know. I definitely see the difference between champions between him and Cody. I mean, he's like to me, Gunther's more of a prized champion, a prized fighter. Like when he's always, bring the next opponent. Bring him. Like, I'll fight anybody kind of guy, And Cody's just...
What do you guys want to talk about?
Yeah. They've kind of low-key just flipped the script from what they were before when Roman was the WWE champion making sporadic appearances and Seth was the world champion and he was the workhorse. Now Cody is the WWE champion, is more of the workhorse, and Gunther is the one making occasional appearances.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. But for this tag match, I could see DIY getting the first pinfall and getting the last one. I just see a really good quality match, but at the end of the day, I see DIY. I think it's too early for them to lose these titles. They just got them. And it's been so long to try to get these guys to turn heel, to be a functional tag team again, a liked tag team again. And they got momentum. I think this will be a good feud, but I think they're walking out still champs. Dre.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, right now, This is probably the most interesting that the tag team division has been in quite some time. And there's not really much, I don't really see much story in uh, Motor City Machine Guns becoming champion again.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, the story and the interest is all in DIY and their tactics or whatever they can do to keep people off of their tail or to retain the titles. As is always the case, usually there's a lot more interest when the heels are the champion. There's more storyline there, so no reason for them to take the titles off of them. I could see them actually holding on to the titles for quite some time until somebody finally rises up to get revenge on them or to finally take them down. So, yeah, the DIY is more likely going to retain. It's probably going to involve some sort of cheating or shenanigans. Wonder if there'll be any outside interference, but could be, could not be. But definitely DIY is going to walk out, retain the titles.
Doyle, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much agree with you guys. It should be, as far as work rate goes, should be great. It should be good tag team wrestling. And it does seem like they are finally putting some effort into the tag division after so many starts and stops and just getting lost in the shuffle or whatever. But that process is kind of at the start, and I don't really care all that much, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm going to say DIY retains. Because they just got the titles. What the fuck good would it be to take them off of them already? And B, I think it's going to be baby faces from here on out winning. So might as well get a heel victory while you can. And I think this will be the heel victory for the show.
Cool. All right. Let's move on to Cody Rhodes, KO, in this ladder match for the undisputed WWE Championship and the Winged Eagle Championship. They will both be suspended above the ring, which is awesome. I'm enjoying this little feud here with KO. I mean, to be honest, I think KO makes any kind of feud, even though it's boring, a feud's interesting. I mean, this has been quite a long feud, quite a build. God, would I love to see KO with an undisputed title. I mean, he was only Universal Champion for such a short time and lost it to Goldberg. And then he wasn't champion again for a very, very, very long time. Still isn't. But unfortunately, Cody Rhodes is going to retain, and maybe he decides to keep the Winged Eagle Championship belt. I mean, I think that'd be cool. A nice way to transition to, you know what? I think I'm going to keep this one. If I have to get rid of one, I think I'm going to keep this one. I think that'd be cool. Great way to transition to one of those titles, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do about that. I hope they don't continue with the current version. I feel like it's a good opportunity to maybe sell some of those older titles, like a newer. I don't know. I haven't looked at the title. Like, I haven't gotten a really good look at it. Is there a new logo on it, or is it the old-fashioned logo? Like, I'm sure it doesn't say WWF, of course.
No, it's the old Federation logo, just WWE.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious. Like, I didn't know if they kind of, like, gave it a more modern-day look or touched anything on it, but no, I always like that title. I like the way the gold doesn't fully form to the leather, because, like, when you're wearing it around the waist, the eagle kind of sticks out around, past the leather, which I always thought was kind of cool. So, like, when you see KO have it over his shoulder, you see that eagle doesn't bend with the leather. I always like that. But yeah, I'm trying to think of who would interfere in this match, but I don't think we're going to get any kind of shenanigans. I think it's just going to be these two. And KO doesn't really have a good track record at the Rumble. I don't think so. I think he's been. I think he didn't he have a match with I want to say Roman Reigns at the Rumble.
23. Yeah, he lost.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's when he was handcuffed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they couldn't get the key or some shit. Oh man. Yeah,
that's when he got handcuffed, and they tried to make Sammy finish him off, and Sammy cracked Roman in the back, leading to Sammy versus Roman at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, he just gets so close to it, and just never gets it. But yeah, I mean, Dre, what are you thinking?
Cody's retaining. Cody is not going to claim the Winged Eagle belt. That Winged Eagle belt is a nice piece of nostalgia, but quite frankly, it looks dated.
Okay, yeah.
Nothing against it. I like the belt as much as everybody else, but it looks dated. It looks small. It looks like it was designed for standard definition television as opposed to today's 4K world.
Yeah.
The details just don't pop on it like that. So no, he's not going to sit there and win. And plus, it's not actually a title. It was a prop for the show that night. It's not actually up for grabs.
Oh, man, I like this. You're
Part
totally
of the
different
delusion.
take on this title.
There's only one title that's up there that's suspended that's legitimately on the line, which is why this is so fucking stupid in the first damn place to even make it a ladder match. Somebody grabbed a prop and said, "I'm the champion now." Well, fine. Well, you'll defend it. Fuck out of here. This was just like a real dumbass way to get to a ladder match, to get to a gimmick match. The match itself, I'm sure, is going to be great, but this was a real stupid way to get there. Making somebody defend a title that they don't actually, that's not actually acknowledged. It's not even like the match ended in some controversial fashion or something. It'd be one thing if we at least had like a controversial finish to their first match to give him some legitimate claim. They don't even acknowledge that. They don't acknowledge that the referee counted the 3 from outside of the ring or any of that other shit.
Now
it's not like,
guys, remind me, how is the situation with Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels in the Intercontinental title? Was it similar? I forget how that situation was, how we ended up with 2 IC titles.
Shit, I don't remember. I'd have to look it up to go back and see.
I think Michaels lost it due to injury or something. And then when he came back, he was like, "I never lost this belt."
Yeah, because we've had this
It might have been something like that, yeah. Because he came back with the same, they basically had 2 of the same belt. And you might be right about that. It may be something that, Shawn never lost the title. He just had to vacate it. And then he came back.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah, because he was making that whole same real Intercontinental Champion claim. But guess what? He didn't go grab some old damn 70s plate of freaking, J.C. Penney leather and some damn tin can tops that say IC on them and shit and talk about I'm the champ now. But anyway, like I said, Cody's going to retain. And he's going to take his 4K WWE title, and we're going to move on.
Yeah.
But I'll give credit to KO and his heel work. He is at least doing great heel work in this feud right now. Right. He could have the 2025 that Drew McIntyre had last year.
Mm-hmm. Doyle, let's hear your opinion, bud.
Well, KO is doing some of the best work of his career right now, and that's a pretty high bar to clear because he's been really good for a long time. And it makes all the sense in the world to put the title on him right now. It really does. Right. Like a lot of baby faces, I think Cody is just much better as a chaser than he is as a challenger. And I really think the KO is going to defeat Cody Rhodes and win the title on Saturday. That's what I would be saying if this match was happening almost any other time of the year, except for right before WrestleMania. Because there's no way in hell Cody's going to lose. I mean, I suppose he could lose and then win it right back somehow or something. But that wouldn't make any sense, really.
Right.
Unfortunately, I think KO has 0% chance here. But I think it'll still be a fun watch. And I think, this match could affect various other storylines going forward. And it's kind of, this is, sometimes I talk about what order the matches end up happening in may affect each other. I think, Wayne, you said you don't see any room for shenanigans in this match. I couldn't disagree with you more.
Well, I thought more people would be focused on the Rumble, the competitors, but indulge me.
Yeah, I mean, could be. But I mean, like, where's Sammy in all of this? Does KO count on him to come interfere? And then does he? If he doesn't, does KO then try to screw him in the Rumble? If this match happens before the men's Rumble, if he does, does he make another mistake and accidentally kick Cody? Or does he straight up? I think he could straight up turn. He's got all the telltale signs of I'm about to turn heel,
Right.
and he's kind of had him for a while. I was going to kind of go on the Sammy tangent, but I'll do it now while I'm talking about him. I think he might be a candidate to win. We were. I think in the Discord said something like, "Are we going to get Sammy KO at WrestleMania?" And I think we might, but next year, because I think the Royal Rumble's in Saudi Arabia, right? So I think I might look to Sammy to win that one, maybe, and set up the WrestleMania match with KO. Anyway, but I think Randy also may have something to do with this match. Does that affect his entry into the Rumble? He's not confirmed, but I think we assume he's going to be in the Rumble. So I think Cody retains, but this match is not without intrigue, I don't think. Especially because it just has the potential, anyway, to affect the Rumble itself or several other matches going forward. I do think that the Winged Eagle looks like fucking dog shit on television, but I do wonder if maybe going forward with this, we get a new belt. I think Cody has been teasing this entire time he's been champion that he wants to have a new belt. So maybe we get a kind of modern update on the Winged Eagle going forward, perhaps. Maybe just something to keep an eye on. But yeah, I think it's Cody.
Yeah, that is one thing to be said. And since they've had this current iteration of the WWE title, is we haven't had a custom superstar version of it probably since Daniel Bryan's hemp belt.
Yeah.
I thought that was so funny.
Which, I don't know, for me, I thought that was a dope ass belt, but
I thought it was awesome.
yeah, that's probably that's like the one and only custom WWE belt we've had in this iteration. Whereas the spinner belt, well, it started off as the spinner for Cena. Then we had the rated R version. We had the upside down Miz version.
Yeah.
Attitude Era, Stone Cold had his smoking skull. The Rock was supposed to have the Brahma Bull, even though it never made it to television. And now exists as the People's Championship. But
yeah, that might just be something fun to look forward to going forward. But I don't know.
I would think if anybody would warrant a custom version of this belt, it would be Cody.
Right? Yeah.
And it doesn't hurt that his American Nightmare logo loosely shares the shape with it. I could see an adaptation of his logo maybe into the belt as his own custom version.
I can see
but
that.
I could also see WWE being very corporate branding and identity conscious and saying that, nope, everybody's associated with this. We're giving these fuckers out to everybody who wins titles, so we're just going to keep it as is. Sidebar, if Philly wins the Super Bowl, I may strongly consider buying either the Philadelphia Eagles belt that they came out when they did those NFL belts some years ago, or if they put out some sort of Eagles Champion Edition version of the WWE title. Yeah, your boy might drop some coin on that.
All right. Let's get into some juicy stuff here. Let's talk about the Women's Rumble. Let's talk about the Women's Rumble, guys. All right, I'm going to name off who's already in it. We already have 10 out of 30. Only 10. We have Nia Jax from SmackDown. Bayley from Raw. Charlotte just announced from SmackDown. Naomi from SmackDown. Bianca Belair from SmackDown. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez from Raw. Lyra Valkyrie, Ivy Nile, and Io Sky, all from Raw. That's all who we have listed. Now, we know that Becky's going to probably be in it, right? So that's 11. Give me some more. Who else we got? Let's fill this rest of this roster up here. Give me some other names.
Jordan Grace, obviously.
Jordan Grace, Mia Yim, Piper Niven.
Misha Slamovich, the current women's TNA champion.
Very possible. Roxanne Perez.
Julia. Any of those. I think there's going to be a lot of NXT ladies. Stephanie Butcher, I could see. Cora Jade, Lash Legend. Zariah, whatever her name is.
Saul Rocca, I can see her making a good showing. Potentially a returning Jade Cargill.
I was going to say, what about a Jade Cargill? What about
somebody from NXT I'd like to see? And we've talked ad nauseum about LA Knight's inability to climb those ropes and how we should stop doing it if he can't do it anymore. Right. Well, I remember Kofi used to do that spot where he would almost get eliminated and then find some fun way to get himself back in the ring. And guess what? He fucked it up a couple times, and now he doesn't do it anymore. I think Sol Roca could be a pretty fun heir apparent. To take that mantle of the fun near elimination spot.
Right.
So I had written a little note about that. Just possible entrance or whatever. I wrote her down because I thought she might be a fun candidate to kind of revive that yearly tradition.
There's rumors Trish Stratus could pop up.
Yeah, I mean Trish and Lita I think would always be.
I'm thinking Nikki Bella.
Yeah. Oh, I said please no Bellas. I wrote down.
Oh my God, no. No way, man.
Mickey James or Victoria too. I think are also
give me
on that,
Trish Stratus, Charlotte, and Nikki Bella all in the ring at the same time. It's like generation of fantasy right there. I don't know. I'm thinking.
Seems like a steep decline to me, but okay.
Listen to this, man. All right.
I mean, Asuka could come back.
We don't all go to Baskin Robbins, Trey, and get the same fucking flavor ice cream, all right? All right?
I'm just saying. There's Trish, then Nikki, then Charlotte.
Yeah, but you know what, though? Charlotte now, I recently saw that video of Charlotte in her promo. Jesus Christ. What has she done to her face? She has gone full Megan Fox. What has happened? Like, go back, NXT Charlotte. She is a different fucking person.
That's what happens. Assuming that she has been under the knife, that is what happens when you don't age as gracefully as you would like and you feel the need to preserve your looks at all costs.
This is not,
when them jeans ain't jeaning the way you want them to, and it's like, shit. I got my daddy's jeans.
And she still, I was going to say, she still looks like Ric Flair in a wig.
Right.
Like,
is she trying to keep that at bay as long as possible?
Maybe this is, maybe the person who's egging her on for all this is Andrade. Can you make your face tighter?
As many times as she's been divorced, I doubt she's doing it for a dude.
Yeah. God damn. Anyway, for me, we're gonna give me your last four, and then your final four, your final two, and then who you think's gonna win. So I'll go first, because you if you didn't have it already. My final four, I have Charlotte Flair, I have Bianca Belair, I have Becky Lynch, and Liv Morgan. The final two, I see it being Becky and Charlotte. The final woman standing is Charlotte. I know that hurts a lot of people. No, a lot of people aren't happy with that decision. Tough shit. That's how I think it's gonna go. I just, they're just gonna fast track her right to Tiffany Stratton. I think that's where we're going. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte. Barbie versus Barbie. You know, out with the old, in with the new. Charlotte 2.0 versus Charlotte 1.0. She might take it right off of her too, and then there you go, another long feud. And Tiffany Stratton won't be the only woman that's ever gotten her title taken from her at WrestleMania by Charlotte. It happens. Dre, final four, final two, and your winner.
My final four, I'm going to say, I agree Charlotte and Bianca will probably be in the final four. I think they will be joined by I'm not 100% sold on Becky Lynch returning for the Rumble.
I know, that was a hard pick for me because I was like, putting all my eggs in the basket hoping she returns. If not, then I look like a dumbass.
Yeah, I'm thinking Charlotte, Bianca. If I'm going to throw a wild card in the final four, I would throw Jade Cargill in the final four. But that feels like a reach too. No. Let me backtrack that. Final four: Charlotte, Bianca, Nia Jax, and I'll throw Becky Lynch in as well. I think just because I don't see Liv doing it again because she's been in the final two the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that streak is going to continue. I think that will get broken this year, given the level of star power that's in it. Now, given that this is taking place during February, I would love to sit here and say that the final two are going to be Bianca and somebody, and that Bianca's going to win. But Paul be on that bullshit sometimes, so I don't trust him. So, final two are probably going to be Charlotte and Nia Jax, and I think Charlotte eliminates Nia Jax to win during Black History Month.
All right. Doyle.
God bless America.
Yeah. Hey, with that said,
my final four is I think we all have the same two at least: Charlotte, Bianca, Liv Morgan, and Julia. So will it be somebody winning their first Rumble, or will it be somebody that be the first two-time winner? That's really the question here. I think Julia's out. It's way too soon for her. But I think she's a future Rumble winner. If not next year, the year after that, or sometime in the near future. Liv, somebody said, has been runner-up twice in a row now. I think she's going to be runner-up again. I think that this might be kind of a thing going forward. And she was just in the title picture. We don't need her back in the title picture right away. She can go do something else for a couple months. So I think we're going to see our first ever two-time Rumble winner, women's Rumble winner anyway. Yeah, and I think we're getting Charlotte and Tiffy, and I think we're getting Rhea and Bianca. And so for me, it's kind of a coin flip between them, between the two, Charlotte and Bianca. Since I feel like Charlotte doesn't really need yet another accolade, and when Bianca won her first Rumble, it was in the Thunderdome back in 2021. I think maybe kind of a make good for her would be to become the first two-time Rumble winner. I do have a little trepidation picking Bianca only because of the Jade Cargill situation. We've all thought Bianca and Jade was a WrestleMania match, and maybe it is, but a WrestleMania 42 match. Like I said about Kevin and KO, or Kevin and KO, Kevin and Sammy earlier. I think we all, well, I shouldn't say we all think. I think and have thought since day one that Naomi did it. And if she did, when Jade comes back, the beef is going to be with Naomi, not with Bianca. That'll free Bianca up to go after the title, go after Rhea. So that's the only thing that gives me pause about picking Bianca, but I'm going to do it anyway.
I would love for that to happen. Not even gonna lie. I don't know. I think Bianca comes out of the Elimination Chamber.
Right.
I think Charlotte comes out of the Elimination Chamber. Because I feel like Charlotte's just been handed so much shit. She's going to go earn it in the Elimination Chamber.
And actually, you know what? I'm going to amend my Final Four because I totally forgot about NXT people. I'm going to take Becky Lynch out of my Final Four. I think my Final Four will be Charlotte, Bianca, Nia Jax, and I'm going to throw Roxanne Perez in there. I think she could be in the Liv Morgan. What Liv Morgan has been that small person fighter making it to the tail end. I could see that happening with Roxanne Perez. I think she is poised to make it to go up to the main roster this year, and I really hope they still continue to play up her prodigy aspect of her character. And I think a good way to do that, to at least start that, is by having her make a very strong showing in the Rumble this year. Then again, Jordan Grace could make the Final Four because I think she's poised for a major push. That would make for an interesting Final Four too.
Straight to the moon.
Charlotte, Nia, Bianca, and Jordan Grace.
I know. With the women, though, it's like... I mean, wait, we're not even to the men's. So the men's is going to be even more fucking harder, I think. But, dude, Jordan Grace is a good possibility. Even their new Intercontinental Champion, Lyra Valkyrie, they always throw somebody like that, of that tier, mid-card, upper mid-card.
I bet Chelsea will be in it. I could see her going on a run. Being in there for a while anyway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I could see Chelsea easily being like one of the single-digit entrants and making it to like the last 5 or 6.
Yeah, I could see her in that workhorse spot, or the I guess you call it the flare spot, or the person that's in there for almost an hour or over an hour.
Because we're good for her last year when they. As from a comedy aspect, is the person who's kept getting laid out and dropped and then just spend most of the match just laying in a heap in a corner somewhere.
Oh, yeah. That was great. But yeah, that's actually something I don't want out of either of these matches. I don't want goofy bullshit. Like, there's been sure, times when rosters have been thin or whatever, fine. You know what? Give me goofy shit. That's fun. But like, I feel like these are two like stone cold serious Royal Rumbles we're about to get. And I think especially the men, like I said, you can make a case for almost half of the people in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, this Rumble seems like it's gonna be really fucking fun. You know who else I just thought of that I kind of haven't thought about in like a couple months, who hasn't been around, has been on the injured roster? Carmella. Where the fuck has Carmella been?
Drop foot.
Yeah, she's got some pregnancy complications.
Yeah, she had a complication from her pregnancy where she's dealing with she's been dealing with drop foot syndrome, the same thing that Scott Steiner had when he came to WWE that he didn't tell him about, and it's why he looked like shit in the ring.
Really?
Yeah, she's been dealing with that, so that's what's been keeping her out.
Look at that. The more you know. Interesting. All right. Let's move on here. Oh my god. I pulled up like betting odds for like the men's Rumble, right? Well, first let me go off by saying who's in the Rumble for the men's. We only have 15 out of 30, so literally half. From SmackDown, we got LA Knight. From Raw, we got CM Punk and Jey Uso. From SmackDown, again, we got Roman Reigns. From Raw, we got Seth freaking Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Rey Mysterio, and Sami Zayn. From SmackDown, we got Shinsuke Nakamura. From Raw, we got Logan Paul, Penta, Chad Gable, Braun Breaker. And from SmackDown, we got Carmelo Hayes. So not a lot of SmackDown. Oh, and from no roster, apparently, John Cena. I forgot.
I mean, just those 15 names, 8 of them I could make a good case for, and at least 2 other people.
I know, right?
Crazy.
Yeah, it is. And before we talk about, I want to talk about what what people we could see. I have here a list of just people we could possibly see. That a lot of people with names have been thrown around on the internet. Some people are speculating who we could see. I'll go light. A lot of people are expecting to see Randy Orton come back. You know, Orton's been off TV for a while. And in this caliber, looking at the names we mentioned, absolutely, I would love to see Orton in this. You kidding me?
I would put him as a. You can make a case he should win the whole thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a hell of a stretch, Dre, and I think you and me talked about this before. A lot of people are saying, you say you got Kofi Kingston in the ring, Xavier Woods in the ring, running shop for a little bit, and then we get Big E's music hit. Big E throws both their asses out. The pop of 63,000 people, Big E making his return to the ring for a short spot, but he makes his return. Crazy, right? Crazy to think.
Yeah,
So crazy, it's not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. I know, right? This is internet dreams, right? A lot of people.
And you know what could end up being a New Day spot that happens in the Rumble? Remember a couple years ago, or might have been a couple years or last year's Rumble, when Logan Paul was in the ring, surrounded by a bunch of other wrestlers, and they all just jumped him and stomped his ass out?
Yep.
I can see that happening to the New Day.
I see that too, because of the
I
fact
can see
that
them both of
nobody
them being
likes
in the
him.
ring and a bunch of other people, and everybody just jumped them motherfuckers, beat the shit out of them, and tossed them both out at the same time.
We literally got confirmation Monday that even the heels don't like them, because Kaiser and Pete Dunne, were there, and they totally like snubbed them, and Xavier's like, these guys are scums of the earth, and they snubbed them. So like, yeah, I absolutely see that. We've seen that before with Muhammad Hassan. We've seen that with Jinder Mahal. We've seen that with Logan Paul. We've seen that with a lot of guys. Just the biggest.
Or I can see
them
them doing it back to back. Maybe not both of them at the same time, but I can see them both getting in back to back. Like, Xavier's number 17, or like Kofi's number 17. He goes out there, everybody stomps him out, throws him out. Then number 18 is Xavier. He comes in, they do the exact same thing to him, throw him right back out. I can see him doing that.
Yep. Rumors of TNA wrestlers. We have the new TNA champion, Joe Hendry. We talked about that before, about him showing up. Don't know about.
I'm shocked if he didn't show up.
Yeah, we would feel shocked if the TNA heavyweight champion from another show shows up. A lot of people were saying about Nick Nemeth, formerly known as Dolph Ziggler, and we talked about it too. Like, why would you want to come back to the place he tried to leave so much from? He's trying to be Nick Nemeth, not Dolph Ziggler, and that's who he would be associated with if he came back to the Rumble, even for a small spot. It's probably not worth it. However, the sight and sound of Jeff Hardy would go down very well, especially if if they weave in a, certain showdown with CM Punk, maybe, I mean, the Hardy Boys is possible. Hardy Boys in general, just not just Jeff. People are saying in NXT we could probably see the NXT champion Trick Williams show up. Ethan Page, Oba Femi, totally was off there. Look at me, I'm learning new things. Blast from the past. People are saying they recently saw Bubba Ray Dudley appear on NXT TV. Makes him a possible candidate. JBL has been seen throwing clotheslines around everywhere recently. Impact Wrestling or TNA Wrestling and whatnot. With the thirst of the Attitude Era strong as ever, X-Pac is another name that could be an option. Or recently
I think there's
lost
room for any
100
of
pounds.
that shit this year.
I know. I absolutely agree.
I don't want fucking McAfee coming in doing some stupid wasting a spot. I don't want these fucking influencers coming in and wasting a spot.
Yep.
Like, not this year.
I agree. The card is too stacked and the roster is too strong right now to waste the slot.
Everybody's hurt one year. I mean, that's gonna next year. Half of these guys will be hurt. You know what I mean? And you're gonna need to scramble to. Oh shit, we got 2 open slots we gotta fill.
Yeah.
Oh,
you got a strong, healthy roster right now, full of contenders and legit people that can go in there and put on a show. Yeah, we don't need.
Yeah, I waste a spot on goofy ass Pat McAfee. What does that achieve?
You have.
We don't need to dust off the AARP guys.
You have your rumor of Corey Graves being cleared to wrestle, and then the talk of Wade Barrett wanting to retire. Hometown hero Pat McAfee. Hometown. And then there's rumors of them pulling the trigger on this Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis in-ring return. That is... Oh, God. That's a lot of wasted spots.
Yeah, I believe this is the same thing we get every Rumble, where everybody just wants to throw shit at the wall, see if any of it sticks the night of. I literally don't believe in any of those. The only one out of all those names that I could see possibly showing up would be Joe Hendry.
Yes.
That's it. I don't think we're going to see the Hardys. Nice nostalgia, but it would be a waste in this Rumble. I've seen people throw Booker T out there that he could possibly show up. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening, nor do I want it to happen. I would much rather see those spots go to guys on the main roster or let the guys in NXT come up and get a shot.
Right.
Yeah, and even that, I mean, I don't think there's going to be that many NXT guys.
I don't either.
NXT women, I think, but I think there'll only be 2 or 3 at the most.
I don't either. I still maintain the position I said, I think last year, that they should make NXT people compete for Rumble spots. Like champions, like belt holders should get automatic bids. Yeah. I think there should be like 3 NXT spots in the Rumble. 2 of them go to belt holders, your NXT champion and your North American champion. And then the third one you should be holding a tournament for.
That's a great idea. And how come sometimes they didn't do it this year, but sometimes people have to qualify for the Royal Rumble and some other people can just declare that they're in it? That never made sense to me.
Yeah, I know. I could picture like a meeting backstage. Somebody's like, I want to go out and, do we have to compete for the Rumble this year? And Triple H would be like, no, why would I do that? You're just, we need people in the Rumble. Like
qualifications. You have to be you have to be a former champion or former world champion, or you have to move a certain amount of merch.
No, and like, how about the women? It's like, no, you have to be in. You must be in it. We don't have enough women. Like, it's. There was rumor going around. People were starting rumors on the internet about a 40-man Rumble this year, and I was like, no, that was debunked pretty quick.
I saw that rumor, but I thought it was like something that they could possibly look at doing in the future.
Yeah, but they did it. They tried that once. It was terrible.
Yeah,
Alberto
it's too
Del
long.
Rio won it. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff to remember. A lot of spots.
It's just way
Like,
too long.
better-
You're dragging
better
it
to
out
have-
too
It's
much.
better to have 5 guys that you were like, oh, damn it, why couldn't we get them into this match, than to have, on the other end, have 5 people like, oh, I guess we'll put this guy in because we don't have anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
It's always better.
Like, just imagine. Think about how long the Rumble is now, and they finally hit number 30. Imagine they hit 30, and now you're thinking to yourself, we still got 10 more motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? All right. I'm going to give you my final 4, my 2, and my number 1. Fuck. This is hard, man. This is really difficult. I'm going to put John Cena and CM Punk, Roman Reigns. Fuck, number 4 was hard. Number 4 is so goddamn difficult. I'm gonna put Randy
Just say the
Orton in
name,
there.
Santino
I'm gonna put Randy
Marella.
Orton in there. No, no. I'm gonna put Orton in there. I, as much as I want to put as much as I want to put Drew, as much as I want to put Seth, I think they're going to just kill each other. You know, I just think this is a final 4 of big dogs. Like these 4 specifically just come from a different age, you know? Roman is definitely the younger of the group, but I just think with his status, I just think these are the final 4. Orton, especially coming from a return, and like this man is so close. He's on the heels of John Cena's career, and John Cena's just winding down. You know, the final 2. God damn, wouldn't it be great to see Cena and Orton to be the final 2? You know, holy crap. But I see it being Cena and Punk being the final 2. And
You said Drew and Punk?
no, Cena and Punk.
Oh, Cena and Punk.
Cena and Punk, sorry. Yeah, John Cena and Punk. And you know, either way, I think these guys can still catch up at the Chamber if they don't get the W for this one. But I feel like with so many losses, we just discussed about how many losses he's had. I feel like defeating 29 other men is a good way to catch up and give him the momentum he needs to wrap up his career. And I know John Cena's already won it before, but guess what? So is Stone Cold Steve Austin. So why not let Cena have that? Modern day. I see John Cena winning this Rumble. I fucking believe it. And I know, like, he's on the poster for the Elimination Chamber, and people are trying to say that's a dead giveaway, but I just don't think so. And I think if Cena comes out, he's going to come out closer to the end. I think because he's an actor, I'm not going to let this guy get hurt. I don't see him coming out early. But yeah, that's where I'm going with. I'm going with John Cena. Dre, I want to hear your pick.
All right, I know I disclosed my predictions for the Final 4 in Discord earlier this month, and they pretty much have not changed. So I'm still going with my Final 4 as being John Cena, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Jey Uso. I really think Jey Uso needs a strong showing to be taken seriously this year. And even though he did just take an L to Gunther Saturday night's main event, I do think he followed up with a, albeit brief but strong promo on Monday that helped him kind of regain or reestablish his footing and his momentum as one of the top stars. But even with saying something as subtle as, I can beat him. he said it with confidence and with conviction in a way that made you believe that, there's a storyline there to be told potentially if WWE wanted to go that route. I'm not saying that they will, but it's there if they want to. And I think they can feed into that more and keep Jay, legit by having him be one of the final four in the Rumble. So that's why I think he'll be in there. Cena, Punk, and Roman obviously speak for themselves. My final two, I think it comes down to, I'm in agreement with you. I think it comes down to Cena and Punk. And the winner, I think I initially said I thought Cena was going to win the Rumble. I think I'm going to change on that. I think Punk is going to do it. I think Punk is going to win the Rumble this year. I think he eliminates John Cena. I think we'll probably. I don't think we're done with this Punk and Cody angle. Even though that wasn't the best promo on Raw this past Monday.
Oh no,
I don't think it was just
one-sided.
Huh?
It was definitely one-sided. Cody got
Yeah.
cooked.
I don't know. I just thought it was just kind of a mediocre and awkward promo all across the board.
Weird as fuck.
Yeah,
It's
but
weird as
I
fuck.
don't think it was just a teaser.
Yeah.
I don't think they did that just to tease us at the possibility. I think there's a very real chance of that.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's still the whole Seth Punk aspect, but given how lackluster that match has gone, I don't know. The heat kind of seems to have cooled off a bit on that. That could be one of the things where it seems like, okay, that didn't hit like we thought it would, so maybe maybe they're kind of cold on on continuing that. Because let's be honest, are any of us right now currently looking forward to a Punk Rollins 2?
No, I'm just done with it. I got
Exactly.
what I wanted. Yeah, and I got what I wanted with Seth and Drew.
That's the thing. I don't think we got what we wanted out of Punk and Rollins. I think it's more closer to Jimmy versus Jay, in that it had all the hype, it had all the anticipation, but the final product didn't actually really deliver like that. And I'm not saying their match was as bad as Jimmy versus Jay's, not by any means. It was a good match, but it wasn't great.
I feel like that's a back burner thing, though. They can reheat whenever they want to.
How can we somehow
Possibly, but
how can we
I don't
get
know.
to...
If you see those two in the ring staring each other down or cutting a promo on each other again, is it really going to hype you up again? Like, oh, we about to get back on this again? Like, I don't know that it's there.
Let me indulge you, Dre. How can we get to a Drew versus Seth versus Punk with a title involved? A triple threat with these guys with the title involved. How do we get to that? These guys
One of them has
hate
to
each
become
other,
champion
man.
first.
Well,
I
yeah.
know. That's what I mean. We got to get one of these guys fast-tracked, and I'm hoping it's Punk, because I want to get to a triple threat with these three. These guys hate each other. Throw that title in there makes them even more hungrier.
Yeah, but again, one of them has to become champion first, and I don't see either of them three dethroning Cody, and we don't know who the hell's challenging Gunther at WrestleMania. He really doesn't have much of a storyline going with anybody other than right now probably Jay.
Right.
Now, obviously, that's not to say that we're going to get Gunther versus Jay at Mania, although again, the possibility is there, the story is there, but yeah, Gunther's opponent is kind of really unknown and really wide open at this point. So yeah, I mean, as cool as the prospect of that match would be, you gotta find a way there first, other than they just don't like each other. Something's got to pull all three of them back in each other's orbit again. I just don't see it right now at this point. Seth seems to be not Seth, but Punk seems to be solidly focused on becoming a champion right now.
Right.
Drew is just still going after anybody who sided with Roman, and Seth is just being Seth right now.
Doyle, let's hear your input, man.
Well, like I said, I think you can make a case for Cena, Punk, Seth, Drew, Roman, Jay, Sammy, Logan Paul, Randy. So there's a lot of different directions you could go with this. But I think my final four is Cena, Pepsi Phil, Seth Rollins, and Jacob Fatu. I think Roman gets, if he doesn't get eliminated by Jacob Fatu, he gets eliminated by some type of bloodline shenanigan. Either they're all in the ring at the same time and they gang up on him or something like that. And it's like a huge deal when he does get eliminated. But yeah, I mean, I kind of, similar to you guys, I see this as a coin flip between Punk and Cena. But, they've kind of been advertising Cena as like, this is his last elimination chamber. So, I kind of feel like he's probably going to be in that match. So I'm going to go with Pepsi Phil. I would see probably Rollins as the runner-up in that scenario. I'll go even further to predict that the favor has something to do with entrance numbers into the Royal Rumble. I'm kind of hoping they bring back the big tumbler. Remember? They used to roll the thing around with all the little ping pong balls in it.
Yeah.
They go up and pick out their number, right? So I'm hoping Heyman is going to go pick two, one for Roman and one for Phil, and say maybe he gets 1 and 30 or, 3 and 27 or so, I don't know, whatever. Somehow Phil finagles himself to the later number, Roman gets stuck with the earlier one. And I think you have to strike while the iron is hot with Phil. Because you never know when he's going to get hurt or act up or whatever. So whether it's Cody or Gunther that he's going to wrestle at WrestleMania, I'm not sure. I could certainly see him wrestling Gunther. But I think he's popular right now. You gotta go for it right now. The numbers don't lie, and I don't know how they're doing the ratings now, but before back in the USA Network days, if you look at those quarterly breakdowns or whatever, Punk's was always the highest rated segment on any given Raw, no matter where he was. If he was opening the show, if he was closing the show, if he was in the middle of the show, it did not matter. So I think they got to strike while the iron's hot with this guy, and put him in. And that now is the time to put him in the main event of WrestleMania. However, having said all of that, right? If 1 minute and 50 seconds after entrant number 30 enters the ring and the countdown clock starts again and number 31 comes out and here comes The Rock, I think all bets are off. I'm just assuming he's been written off of WrestleMania, but has he? I think that the chances of The Rock entering and winning the Royal Rumble is a non-zero number. I could totally see something like that happening.
That would be fucking
don't think that can be
wild.
ruled out. But I think we're planning on a Rockless WrestleMania. But maybe we're not. So
that would be fucking wild.
I don't think it's totally outside the realm of possibility.
Not the part about Rock winning, but a 31 entrant. Just imagine with all 30 in there, we're thinking we're done. They're talking about it, and then all of a sudden the countdown just pops back up again.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, wait, what the fuck? Why is the countdown again? And they react. You see the announcers like, why are we getting a countdown again? What the hell? All of a sudden the fans get into it and they count down to 0. That buzzer goes off. Then there's just a pause. If you smell.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Dude, yes. It could happen.
That would be pop of the night. Pop of the night.
So, yeah, I mean, I think that there's a chance something along those lines ends up happening. You can't rule it out. Can't take it off the table.
But remember, though, he's a babyface now. That would seem like a final boss move.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that first Raw was an Elseworld story.
Moana's out now. He can do it. He can be a heel again. Moana's out. Well, all right, man. That's all I got. I mean, do you want to plug anything?
Yeah, ask me that question as I'm taking a swig of water.
That's right.
As always, y'all can find us on Instagram,
Yeah.
PCW, Instagram.com/PCW podcast, or find me in the Discord.
Doyle, what do you got?
Yep, I'm in the Discord, and like and follow the Facebook page.
Yeah, follow our Twitter page. Contact any of us. We'll give you our link to our Discord if you want to get in on that. Right to our website. It has all our merch, has everything, every episode. But before we go, I was gonna play it for an intermission, but I figured screw it. I'm just gonna play it at the end of the show. I've been sent this like twice this week, which I think is hilarious. It's a clip of Bret Hart, and he's fucking. I'm just gonna play it. Here we go.
Hi, folks. It's Bret the Hitman Hart, making all your wishes come true with Aladdin, the magical family musical.
I am the genie of the lamp.
You've never seen a genie like me before. Uh-oh, it's that evil magician Abanazir. Time for the sharpshooter. Here's my favorite part of the show, the big dance number. Don't miss Ross Petty's Aladdin. Cheer the hero and boo the villain. Reserve your magic carpet ride today.
You are the world's dumbest son of a bitch.
The fact that day in and day out, for almost 6 years, I have proved to everybody in the world that I am the best on this microphone, in that ring, even at commentary. Nobody can touch me.
You are not ready for Oscar!
Because the Street Profits are up and we want the smoke.
You're next. Talk about your songs. Talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says I just whipped your ass. Well, let me tell you something, brother. New day.
Cream will rise to the top. Oh yeah, Macho Madness here.
Welcome to the Kevin Owens Show.
Lately, he just hasn't been very oozy.
Because I'm the Miz, and I'm awesome.
Those rotten bastards.
Bye-bye, bitch.